Welcome to Transcendent Love with your host, Nettie. I'm not your host though. Anyways, I just got a notification. Stopped me in my tracks a little bit. Anyway, I hope that you're having a stupendous and fantabulous day. I am having a really good day myself. Excuse me, it started off great, ended great. All those things. I did end up spending a lot of time in a jury duty for which I was not chosen on a case. Yeah, and I'm so very happy about that. I don't want to be the juror on a child molestation case. I told y'all yesterday, there's so many messages. And again, I thought I was coming to do something else. It might be a culmination of things because that's just how things have been coming through. But damn, where was I going? Well, it was something about that whole situation. Yesterday, when I was doing the Mother's Day video, I can't get my life together. Y'all see me over here moving all around, up and down and all around. But yeah, a lot of I can see how some of what I said in yesterday's video could potentially come off. But just for context and clarity, here I am with y'all. I don't need no kids. A part of who I am and what I'm called to do is to nurture all of the world. So that's kind of the same. that's kind of the same. So I don't, yeah. So I don't want to make it seem like I hate kids or something like that. I don't. I don't like them, but I don't hate them. No. No, but some of the things that I do in this life will involve kids because I do think that it is very healthy to, and it will be very helpful to be able to teach kids at a much earlier age a lot of the mindful practices that we go over and deal with here. We're only learning them this late because nobody knew to tell us, and so if we can help kids sooner in these practices, they can be more well rounded and emotionally intelligent and self aware children into adults. And it overall just makes the world a better place because, yeah, if everybody is taking care of themselves, then it makes it a little bit easier to know how to take care of other people and actually nurture relationships. While at first it doesn't seem to have a direct correlation or connection, it absolutely does. You can't treat your neighbor like yourself, or you can't treat other people, or you can. Often we do. And it doesn't really seem like it, but we do treat people, we treat other people the way we treat ourselves. That's why I don't even benefit you none to get upset when somebody not trying to treat you well. Now, of course, still a human, and that's something that takes place, but it doesn't benefit you none because it just shows how they feel about themselves. It's just a projection of what's going on inside, out, and onto the world. You ever see those people who seem like they got a vendetta or a vengeance just out to get any and everybody they possibly can? They miserable on the inside. And so of course they lash out at everybody else. It's the same energy and spirit of I'm not winning, so I don't want you to win. You're not doing what I'm doing, so you don't need to win. Like it doesn't make any sense. It's the same spirit. Like people genuinely get upset with you for not doing the thing that they doing, and the thing that they doing ain't even working for them. And so when you stop and begin, a lot of times we're not thinking about this stuff as deep as it actually is. We're thinking a lot about it on the surface level, and that's the thing that gets us all riled up. In general, you start thinking about that stuff more deeply, you start feeling sorry for folks because you like, child, that baby, you need to work on that. You need to work on it because all of that stuff is really just come from a place of dissatisfaction in their lives that they haven't worked through. They haven't fixed it. And so it's manifesting out into the world, and it's being projected onto everybody else. Yeah, that is not what I was thinking I was going to get on here to say, but yeah, just to clarify that a little bit, I at some point, and also the thing that y'all don't know is that I got like 20 ish, probably 20 plus at this point, nieces and nephews. And who need kids when they got that many nieces and nephews? Who? I'm still trying to work through that. Anyway, yeah, some of what I was saying in there too about knowing that it's possible, and I know Spirit had pushed me to say that because I was actually thinking like after, like, why did I even say that? Like, what did that have to do with? But I know enough to know at this point that is if I'm yielded to channel, then what needs to come out is gonna come out. But I don't know that I. Oh yeah, part of what I was saying in there is like I know that spirit will come through for those who were wanting children. Well, thank you, Spirit, for reminding me because that was all together yesterday. But and like my certainty comes from first the fact that I was hearing it, and second from the fact that I've never I've never wanted my own kids. That was the other part. Thank you, Spirit. A part of that breakdown that I didn't elaborate any on. Like it's not that I don't or won't ever deal with kids in some capacity, like I was saying at the front. I just have never had a desire to have my own kids. That never was a thing that made sense to me. But yeah, that's just my own personal decision. Um, you make decisions based off of your upbringing and how your life was as you grew, what you knew or what you didn't know. You either go the same way or you go the opposite way. That's just actually the way of things go. Um, sure. I got on here to talk about this full moon and some things that you can do. At least I thought. But now that we on that part, because I actually had forgotten that other message had completely taken over. Full moon is in Scorpio. I talked a little bit about on yesterday's video too that it is a feminine sign. It don't mean that it don't mean that it's flamboyant men and listen, just chill out a little bit. Stop playing so much and be serious. It's the femininity component doesn't have anything to do with the way that we often view femininity. But it is a feminine sign. It is a water sign. So it does deal a lot in emotions. But full moon energy overall is a reflective time. So the moon has to do with shadow, like some things that are um, going on that don't really take center stage in your life, but they control center stage. So it is a great time to set your intentions. I should have gotten you guys this version of the message much sooner, but I imagine that if I was supposed to, that would have been one of the messages that would have been prevailing in the recording. So I imagine it's on time. It's it'll be for those who it's gonna be for. But then too, you'll be made aware whenever you see it of how to handle full moons when they come. You set your intentions, some things that you have going on that you need to get off of, like procrastination, worrying, any kind of like not so great eating habits, whatever things that keep you from the place and person that you ultimately want to be. If those things aren't getting you to that place, then those are things that are good to set your intentions on surrendering to the universe during the time of a full moon. Also, you don't necessarily have to wait to a full moon. Whenever you decide, because really, we don't have to take forever to change, y'all. You got all these different people, they say all these different things, and it just really just gives you an excuse to stay. Now, of course, there's a part of you that is still very much human, but that spirit side of you is very much capable of stopping some stuff just as soon as you make up your mind. That is how people end up going cold turkey whenever they make up their mind off of just different things. They get in their mind that this is the thing that they want to do. Once your mind is made up about a thing, spirit will move for you quicker than you can hardly ever imagine. Nobody has told you that that's a real thing. Instead, they tell you it take 21 days to break a habit and start a new habit. As long as you believe it, do. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hell, whatever you believe is true. Either way, with the full moon energy, yeah, it's good to leave behind some old things and consider like a fresh start. So yeah, anything you do, Spirit said this a while back. I don't know if I ever said it in a video, but anything you do with intention is a ritual. So I say, uh, adopt and adapt these sorts of things whenever you have a full moon that's coming in to help you, because it's here to help you. It's here to show you the side of you that is hidden, to illuminate that for you. Shine a light so you can see the darkness, see through the darkness, and contend with the darkness. The darkness isn't bad per se, it just doesn't get you to the light if uncontended with. Having a bit of a deja vu moment. I've delivered this message to you all before in another timeline. Or maybe, no, not even just another. Yes and no. I'll leave it. I'll leave that there. I think. Should I? Should I? There were some other things. Some other things. I'm just gonna have to start writing all this stuff and just having these messages. Oh shit. Yeah. Procrastination. That's why we talking about the full moon phase. Procrastination. You gotta chill on the procrastination. So Spirit was saying today that procrastination, it brings about undue stress. I talked to just a little bit about it in the short, but it brings about undue stress, which we've already talked about the effects of stress, and what that does to your body overall, and just it's not beneficial. But where procrastination is concerned, like, it weighs on you because it builds for you. Spirit said a moratorium. Look up that word. Of things to do. It builds for you things to do where there aren't necessary to be these builds. If we do more of things that need to be done just straight away, just do it right away. And it will be so much more peaceful, so much more ease filled going forward. We put off. So this is the thing that happens with this habit is you don't just put off one thing, you put off a lot of things. And then you turn around and you still have all of these same things to do at once. And often surrounding deadlines. You won't, and then you mess yourself up because you may not even keep up with the deadline because there's so many things to do. And then now you create for yourself another problem. The moratorium, the monument of things left undone, you begin to put the whole thing off still because you don't, you're overwhelmed now. You have effectively overwhelmed yourself with all of the things that you have put off for tomorrow that could have been done today. Actually, that's funny because that's why we revisiting this, because y'all not by yourself. Ask me how I know these things. Listen, Spirit often teaches y'all. I usually get a lot of channeled messages from Spirit based in my life as well. So it don't be just for y'all all the time. That some of that stuff be for me. And the funny thing is I'm just now thinking of, or just reminded more so, that one of my 2025 quotes that I keep in front of me and I have written on my refrigerator and who knows where else is the number one rule for this year is do not put off for tomorrow what can be done today. How you love that? What I've been doing? Putting some stuff off to tomorrow. But yeah. And I know that I'm reminded because I told y'all, if you ask, you're gonna get your answers. You're gonna get your answers because I asked Spirit. I sure did. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I asked Spirit because I was a little bit unclear about something. I knew that there were things going on, and sometimes you can sense and feel well, anytime you're not where you want to be, there's some things going on beneath the surface. Um because I know that I know that the full moon is something that I really want to be super intentional about giving up some things, and so I was asking and inquiring of source, what are those things that I need, that I have, that are a hindrance, that are not working out, or not even not working out, but they're not propelling me in the direction that I am wanting to go, that I am trying to get to. What is it? Because so this is the thing that you always have to know. Is back to the point of, if you're not where you want to be, there's a hindrance somewhere. There's something. There's a block that's keeping you from there. And so I want to know what it is. I want to know why it's something that pops up as an obstacle. But more than even that, I want to know how to did that. How do we get rid of it so I can get on with the get on? So I asked Source, what are some things, help me to see some things that are a hindrance so that I can be really intentional about going forward. So that I can release those things under the light of the full moon and be done. That don't mean that you are gonna go cold turkey, or you're just gonna immediately get over it. Like, you could. That still takes a little bit of practice sometimes for some people. So don't give yourself a hard time, because originally I said that it can be done instantly. It can be for some. For those who have that belief, will, and ability, yeah. Is it everybody? No, it don't mean that it's not possible for them. It just means that they haven't made up their minds to do it that way. And sometimes the progression helps you to make up your mind and be more certain. And that's okay. Um, take the time that you need, as long as you're working on it. Take the time you need, as long as you are working on it. That's not saying working on it. That's not acting like you working on it, but like really, really working on it. And you will know if you actually working on it or not, because shit started to change. And that's what we want. So anyway, I asked Spirit about those things, and now that's one of the biggest things I can see: procrastination in all caps in the spirit realm, flashing like a neon sign. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. Oh, also, journal it, write it down. Don't be trying to, child, don't be trying to think you gonna remember these intentions and all of this. You know how, child, just don't even play with yourself like that. You playing in your own face like that with those antics, because it's never gonna happen. But yeah, write about it, let it go. Oh, there's a number of ways to let things go, and water is gonna be great for this full moon in Scorpio, and there's also by fire. Do not do this if you cannot safely do this. Write down your intentions and the things that you want to surrender and give up, and burn them. Write them on paper and burn them in something that's burn safe. Don't burn down the house with this one. Don't do it. Anyways, I'm tired as heck. So I am gonna leave you with this message in love and in light, and hope that um this makes sense and proves beneficial and helps you in some way. Until next time, I love you. Whew. Love yourself.